Okay, this is the linear system. There are n variable, which is x1, x2 until xn, and there are also m equation, yeah, m equation. You see that the number of equation and the number of variable, it could be different, yeah. It could be same and or it could be different. The information of this linear system, yeah, could be written as the augmented matrix. You see that this is the representation of this linear system. Yeah, you have to remember, yeah, you have to notice that this is scalar, yeah. I mean that this is in the real numbers, yeah, and etc. Yeah, until here. Okay, this is the real numbers, yeah, and also in here, yeah, and also in here, yeah, and the right size is also in real number. We can say it's constant. Okay, the variable is x1, x2 until xn. Yeah, this is the variable. Okay, yeah. I hope that you understand. Okay. And what will we do? Yeah, we will find the solution. Yeah, which is we will find the exact value, yeah, of x1, x2 until xn. Yeah. The first step to find the value of x1, x2 until xn is we have to change this information, yeah, this linear system into the augmented matrix. Yeah. Okay, this is the augmented matrix. Yeah. So the variable is cancelled, yeah, in this form. Okay, we go on to the next page. The next page is the elementary row operation. But before I give this explanation, we go to the page number 3. Okay. Wait for a minute. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that augmented matrix, yeah, that augmented matrix, you have to transform that matrix, yeah, that augmented matrix into the row reduced echelon form, yeah. To find the solution, to find the x, you have to transform the augmented matrix into the row reduced echelon form, okay. What is the row reduced echelon form? The row reduced echelon form is a matrix that satisfy the following properties. Okay, yeah. What is the properties? There are 4 properties, yeah. First, if a row doesn't consist entirely of zeros, then the first non-zero number in the row is 1. Okay. If a row doesn't consist entirely of zeros, then the first non-zero number, so we can say that the first number, it could be 0, okay? But if the first number is not 0, yeah, so it has to be 1. And also it's not about the first number. The truth is the first non-zero number in the row, yeah, the first non-zero number in the row is 1. We call this a leading one. So, for example, you see that this augmented the matrix, yeah, you see that in the first row, the first number is 1, yeah, okay. But in the second row, the first non-zero number is also 1. Okay, so we can say that this one is called leading one. And also this number is also called leading one. We go on to the next row. The first non-zero number, yeah, which happened to the third entry is also 1. Yeah, so this is satisfy the first property. Okay. The next property that have to meet, yeah, for a matrix become row reduced echelon form. If there are any rows that consist entirely of zeros, then they are grouped together at the bottom of the matrix. Yeah, for example, maybe the matrix, yeah, we can change it. For example, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, and 0, 0, 0. Yeah, you see that in the third row, they are consist entirely of zeros. So we have to group that row at the bottom of the matrix. Okay, the property number 3, in any two successive rows that do not consist entirely of zeros, okay, so we can consider only this row and this row, yeah, because this is for a row that doesn't consist entirely of zero. The leading one in the lower row occurs further to the right than the leading one in the higher row. You see that this is the leading one. Yeah. You see that this is the leading one. Yeah. For the lower row, which is the second row, the leading one occur further to the right. Yeah. So it's correct. Yeah. Then the leading one in the higher row. Okay. Another example. Yeah, this is another example. 1, 0, minus 1, and also 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Yeah. This leading one, yeah, this is the leading one. This is also the leading one. Yeah. The leading one in the second row is occurs further to the right than the leading one in the first row. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So there are 3 examples here. The augmented matrix is the transformation of augmented matrix which become row echelon form. I mean not reduced row echelon form because when you want to transform the augmented matrix into the reduced row echelon form, you have to meet all 4 the property, yeah. The all 4 properties. What is the property number 4? Each column that contains a leading one has zeros everywhere else in that column. Yeah. For example, this is an example of the reduced row echelon form because when we see in each column that contains leading one, okay, this is the first column, has zeros in everywhere else. Okay, this is 0 and this is also 0. We go on to the leading one is in the second row. Yeah, this is the leading one in the second row, and it has zeros also in the everywhere else. And in the third row, yeah, which also contains leading one, it contains zeros in everywhere else. Yeah, okay. What about the row number 4? Yeah, the row number 4, it not contain a leading one. Yeah, this is not leading one. Okay, so we can skip for the row number. I mean column number 4. Yeah, I mean column, yeah, not row. Okay, let we take a look for the second example. Yeah, this is the leading one, and this is the leading one. In this column, yeah, in this column, there is two. There is two, yeah, not zero. So this matrix, yeah, this transformation of augmented matrix is not satisfied for the properties number 4. It's number 1, number 2, and number 3. Because there is 2 in this column. Okay. And also in the example number 3, this is number 2, number 3. We see that in this column, which contains leading one, yeah, there is -1 in here. There is -1 in here. So we can say that this is not 0. We can say that the example number 3 is not meet or is not satisfy the properties number 4. Yeah. Okay. When the transformation of augmented matrix meet the 1, 2, and 3 properties, it's called row echelon form. Okay. A matrix that has the first 3 properties is said to be in row echelon form. But when that matrix has the all properties, number 1 and 2, number 4, it's called row reduced echelon form. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you another example. Okay. Maybe you can help the showing the answer here. This is transformation of augmented matrix. For example, this is 1, 0, 0, okay, and 0, 1, -1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, you see this matrix, yeah? Is this matrix satisfy the properties number 1? If a row doesn't consist entirely of zeros, then the first non-zero number in the row is 1. Well, what is your answer? Is it satisfy the properties number 1 for this matrix? Hello, anyone? For this matrix, is it meet or is it satisfy the properties number 1? Come on, what is the answer?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. It's correct, yeah. Thank you, Laila. This matrix satisfy the property number 1. What about number 2? Is it satisfied for property number 2? Guys?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay, it's correct. Thank you. And for number 3, in any two surface rows that doesn't consist entirely of zeros, okay, you have to consider the 3 rows, yeah, because all the rows doesn't consist entirely of zeros. The leading one in the lower row occurs further to the right than the leading one in the higher row. Is it correct? Hello? You see that in for property number 3, yeah, we have to consider for each column, yeah. Okay, sorry. For properties number 3, we have to consider in each row. The first row, this is the leading one, okay? This is the leading one, yeah. And for the second row, this is the leading one. And for the third row, this is the leading one. Okay. Is that for every leading one, is it occurs further to the right than the leading one in the higher row? Is correct or not? The leading one in the lower row occurs further to the right than the leading one in the higher row. Is it correct or not, guys?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
it's
it's correct. Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Thank you, Laila. And for number 4, each column, so we have to consider for each column that contains a leading one has zeros everywhere else in that column. Okay, we have to consider for each column. Is this column contains a leading one? Hmm? Is this column contain a leading one? Contains, right?
Yes.
So we have to make sure it is contains zeros and everywhere else. Okay, yeah. We go to the column number 2. Is this column contain a leading one? It's correct, yeah. This is the leading one, and it has zeros everywhere else in that column. And for the column number 3, is it column contains a leading one?
No, I
No,
guess.
okay. It's not contains a leading one, yeah. So when I change, yeah, when I change this number, yeah, this number uh, into into 2, for example, yeah. So it still satisfy the properties number 1, 2, 3, and also 4, because this column doesn't contains a leading one. Yeah. Okay. So next we go on to the column number 4. This column contains leading one. It's correct, yeah, and it has zeros everywhere else in this column. Okay. So this new transformation of augmented matrix is also in a row reduced echelon form. Yeah. So we can conclude, I can explain to you again that for a matrix that satisfy the first 3 properties is called to be in row echelon form. But for the matrix that satisfy all of the properties, it's called row reduced echelon form. Yeah, the sample is this matrix. Yeah, this is this matrix. Okay, another example is also this matrix. Yeah, this matrix is also in reduced row echelon form. Okay, until here, is there any question? No? Okay, there are no questions. I'll continue to the next page. Okay, now we back to the page number 2, which is the elementary row operation that is allowed, yeah, allowed uh, to create, yeah, to create into transform the augmented matrix into the reduced echelon form or row reduced echelon form. What is the operation? The first is multiply a row through by a non-zero constant. Okay, you have to point out the centers here, non-zero constant. Okay, the operation number 2, which is interchange 2 rows. Yeah, interchange 2 rows. And for number 3, the operation is add a constant times one row to another. Yeah, for example, I have this augmented matrix, yeah. This augmented matrix, for example, 1, 2, minus 1, 2, 0, 1. Yeah. We can see that in this augmented matrix, we have 2 variable, yeah. We have 2 variable, yeah, because this is the scalar, yeah. This is scalar. So we have two variable and also we have two equation. Yeah. Okay. Now, because I want to transform this augmented matrix, yeah, into the row reduced echelon form. So in the first row, the first non-zero number is 1. So we can skip for the row number 1, yeah, because it's already 1. Yeah. This is called leading one. And for the second row, the first non-zero number is 2. So we have to make it as 1 or 0, okay? But if we change 2 into 1, yeah, if we change 2 into 1, it will uh, doesn't satisfy the properties number 3. Why? Because in the lower row, the leading one is occurs further to the right into the higher row. So we have to change it as 0, yeah, not 1. Because if we change into 1, the result become in here. We see that this is the leading one, yeah. This is also the leading one, and the second row, in the second row, the leading one is not occurs further to the right, but it has the same line, yeah, the same order. So we have to change 2 as 0 is despite of instead of 0 instead of 1. How we change 2 as 0? We use the operation number 3. Yeah. We can multiply 1, yeah, 1 here, 2 minus 2, yeah, and we add the result, yeah, into the row number 2, into 2 here. Yeah, the result is equal to 0. Okay, so to make 2 into 0, we have to multiply 1 with minus 2, and we add the result, which is minus 2 plus 2. Okay. This operation has to attempt to all entry, yeah. So we have to change also this 0, yeah, by using the same operation, which is 2, yeah, times minus 2, okay, plus 0. Yeah, I'll give you the same color, yeah. This is the 0, yeah. This is the 0. And also this is the 2, and this is the 2. Okay. Yeah. So the augmented matrix become for the first row is not changed, yeah. 0 and become it is equal to minus 4, yeah, minus 4. And for the third entry, yeah, for the third entry we also have to create the operation, yeah, which is minus 1, yeah, minus 1 times minus 2 plus 1. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, it's equal to 3. Yeah, so we can put here into 3. Okay, now what is the next step? Yeah, what is the next step to change this augmented matrix into the row reduced echelon form? Okay, the next step is you see the result first, yeah. You see the result first. This is the result, the result, yeah, the first result. You have to change, yeah, uh, Okay, so we can use a row sign, yeah. Okay. The next step is you have to change this into 1, yeah, because the first non-zero number in each row is 1. How you change that into 1? You can use the operation number 1, which is multiply a row by a non-zero constant, yeah. So you can multiply this row, yeah, the second row, with minus 3 over 4, yeah. P is called for, P is stand for baris, yeah, times minus 3 over 4. So the result become, okay, yeah, the first row is not changed, 0, yeah, 1, minus 3 over minus minus a quarter, I'm sorry, minus a quarter. It become 1, okay, and next is become minus 3 over 4, yeah. Okay, the next step, yeah, the next step is you have to uh, see the first row, yeah, back to the first row. You see that this is the leading one, yeah, this is also the leading one. You see, you remember that in the properties number 4, that for each column that contains a leading one, yeah, it has to be zeros in everywhere and everywhere else. Okay, this is the row that contains a leading one, yeah, it it's 0, yeah, so we can skip for the column number 1. And for the column number 2, the second column, this is also the leading one, yeah, this is also the leading one. So we have to change these 2 into 0, yeah, because the property number 4, each column that contains leading one, it has to be zeros in everywhere else. How we change 2 into 0? We use the operation number 3. Yeah, so we have to construct operation P. P is stand for baris, ya. P2, ya, times minus 2, okay, P2 times minus 2, add with P1, yeah, add with P1. So we can say that for the first entry, 0, it's nothing to change because 0 multiplied with minus 2 is equal to 0. Yeah, 0 times minus 2 plus 1. 1 here is 1 here. Yeah, this is the 1. It's equal to 1. Yeah, so it's not changed for this entry. And it's for the second row, yeah, second row, we change 2 into 1 by using the operation 1 times minus 2, yeah, plus 2. This is the 2. This is the 2. Okay. And it's equal to 0. Yeah. Yeah. And for the column number 3, we also have to act the same operation, which is minus 3 over 4 times minus 2, yeah, plus minus 1. This is the minus 1. This is the minus 1. It's equal to 6 over 4 minus half, yeah. So the augmented matrix, yeah, become this is the result 1 0 and minus half. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, it's not minus here, but it's plus half. Okay, and the second row is 0 1 minus 3 over 4. Yeah. Okay, so because the augmented matrix is already transformed into the row reduced echelon form, this our job is finished. Yeah, our job is finished. We can say that the x1, yeah, the x1 is equal to half. Yeah, the x1 is equal to half, and the x2 is equal to minus 3 over 4. Yeah. I remind you that this augmented matrix, yeah, it start from x1 plus 2 x2 is equal to minus 1, and 2x1 is equal to 1. Yeah, you see that for this rows number 2, yeah, for the second row, you can directly conclude, yeah, that the x2 I'm sorry, the x1 is equal to a half. Yeah, okay. 1 divided by 2 is equal to half, and for the x2, yeah, you substitute x1 into a half, and you have the answer is minus 3 over 4. Yeah. Okay. This is example is quite simple, yeah. So you can check your question, your answer, yeah, which you already uh, take the elementary row operation instead of substitution method, yeah. You can check the answer by using the substitution method. But for the next question, yeah, it's not this simple, yeah. It becomes more complex. So you can, if you use the substitution method, it could be uh, happen, yeah. It could be give you a lot of mistakes, yeah, mistake calculation when you use the substitution method instead of elementary row operation. Okay, until here, is there any question? No? No, yeah. So we go on to the next page. Yeah, the method, yeah, which is the augmented matrix is transformed into row echelon form only, yeah, not row reduce. It's called the Gauss elimination. Yeah, but when you change or when you transform the augmented matrix into row reduced echelon form, it's called Gauss-Jordan elimination method. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We see the next example, which more complex, yeah, than the previous example. Okay, you see this is the following augmented matrix, yeah. So we can say that there are how many variable in this augmented matrix? Hello, how many variable? This augmented matrix is came from the linear system, which is A11 x1 plus A12 x2 plus blah 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 is equal to B1. And A21 x1 plus A22 x2 plus blah 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 is equal to B2. And A31 x1 plus A32 x2 is equal to B3. So we can say that how many, I'm sorry, this is the augmented matrix of this linear system, yeah, A11, A12, and B1, A21, A22, B2, and A31, A32, B3. I ask you, how many variables in this augmented matrix? Come on, guys. How many variable? This is the B1, yeah. This is the B1, this is the B2, and this is the B3. This is the A. So we can say how many variable in this augmented matrix? Anyone? Gabriela, is there? Are you here, Gabriela? Hello, Gabriela. Are you in here? Are you there? Okay, chat. Okay, how many variable in this augmented matrix? You can guess. I'm not reduce your score when you say the wrong answer. You just say how many variable in this augmented matrix. This is the variable, the x. The x is the variable. So this is the P1, P2, and P3. So when we substitute this into, okay, there are 5 variable. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah. So we have here, there are 5 variable. Thank you, Gabriela. Yeah. Because there are 5 column, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. This is not the column that contains variable, yeah, because this is scalar. B1, B2, and B3. Is beside that, we can also say that there are 3 equations. Yeah? There are 3 equations. Okay. Now we go to the elementary row operation to make it as row echelon form, not row reduce, row echelon form, because the method is Gauss elimination, not Gauss Jordan. Okay, first, locate the leftmost column that doesn't consist entirely of zeros. Okay, this is the leftmost column, yeah, that doesn't consist entirely of zeros. Yeah. Next, we have to change these two, yeah, these two into one. Okay. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. The next step is interchange 2 rows. Yeah, we exactly actually that the operation that we choose is could be different. Yeah, could be different in each student, but mm, the main goal is same, which is how to transform the augmented matrix into the row echelon form or row reduced echelon form. Okay, we see that in here, the step number 2 is interchange the top row with another row, if necessary, to bring a non-zero entry to the top of the column found in step 1. Okay, so in the first uh, augmented matrix here, we see here, we can change to the here. Yeah, so we interchange the second row to the first row. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Step 3, if the entry that is now at the top of the column found in step 1 is A, multiply the first row by 1 over A in order to introduce a leading one. Okay, so we have to change these two into one, yeah. Okay, how to change that? We have to multiply with a half. Yeah, we have to multiply with half to make it as 1. Yeah, maybe you have a question here that why we not use the operation number 3, which is we multiply this row, yeah, the third row with 1, and we with -1, and we add the result into this row. Yeah, you see what I mean? To make it as 1, we cannot use that, because if you multiply this row into -2 into -1 and the result is -2, the sum, yeah, is equal to 0, not 1. Okay, yeah? So to make it as 1, we have to multiply this 2 with a half. Yeah. So we have here 1, 2, -5, 3, 6, and 14. Yeah. You see that when you multiply this with half, this is the result. Okay. We go to the next step. The next step is to make it as 0, yeah? To make this as 0. To make this as 0, the step, the operation is, we see in the next page, yeah. Add a suitable multiples of the top row to the rows below so that all entries belong to the leading one become 0. Yeah. Because in the second row is already 0, yeah. It's already 0. So we can skip the second row. We go on to the third row. Yeah. Into making this as 0, yeah, we have to multiply this one with -2, and we add the result into the third row. Yeah. So we can have here -2 plus 2 is equal to 0. -2 times -2 multiplied with 1 is equal to 0. -2 times 2 plus 4 is equal to 0. -2 times -5 plus -5 is equal to 5. -2 times 3 plus 6 is equal to 0. -2 times 6 plus -5 is equal to -17. And -2 times 14 plus -1 is equal to -29. Yeah. Okay. The next step is now cover the top row in the matrix and begin again with step 1. Apply to the submatrix that remains. Continue in this way until the entire matrix is in row echelon form. Okay. So we have to apply to the submatrix that remains. Yeah, I mean this submatrix. Yeah, the the column number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so the next step is you have to change. Yeah, you have to change this into 1. Yeah, because it will be leading 1. Yeah, will be leading 1, and after that you have to change this into 0 and this number into 0. Yeah. Okay. Kadang susah ini anak-anak. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have to change this entry into 1, and you have to change this 2 entry into 0. Yeah. Okay, you see that this is already 0, and okay, I'm sorry. This is row echelon form, yeah, not row reduce. So you can skip, yeah, you can skip this step. You need not to change this -5 into 0, yeah, because this is row echelon form, not row reduce. Yeah. After that, after you change this into 0, why you have to change this into 0? Because we have to make the first non-zero number is 1, or the first number, yeah, or the first number is 0, yeah, because this is not 5, so we can change is at 0, yeah, not 1, not 1. If you change this at 1, so it become a leading one, but the leading one in this row is not occurs further to the right, yeah. This is the leading one, so if you have the leading one in this row, you have to make it as in here, yeah, you have to make it as in here. Okay, you see that when you change this into 0 and you go on to the column number 5, yeah, you have to multiply this with 2, so it will make it will yields 1, yeah, 1. After that, what is the another step? It's finished, yeah, because it's already meet the first 3 properties, yeah. The first 3 properties, which is the first non-zero number in each row is 1, yeah. Okay, and if there are a row that consists entirely of 0, they are grouped in the bottom of the matrix, yeah. There are in this augmented matrix, in this row echelon form is not consist row that consists entirely of 0. And the properties number 3, the leading one in the lower row occurs further to the right than the leading one in the higher row, yeah. This matrix is satisfy the first 3 properties, so it's called in row echelon form, yeah. But for, okay, this is the solution, yeah. This is the solution when we finish the elimination, yeah. Okay, so we have here the corresponding system of equation is x1 plus 2x2 minus 5 is equal to 14, and this is equal to minus 6, and this is equal to 2. So we have here x5 is equal to 2, x3 equal to 1, and x1 minus equal to minus 2, x2 minus 3, x4 plus 7. Now, because this expression, yeah, is not quite obvious, yeah, so it's not clear enough, so we have to express the general solution to the system parametrically by assigning the free variables x2 and x4 arbitrary values r and s, yeah. You can make this variable x2 as r, parameter r, and x4 as parameter s. So what we have here, we have x1 is equal to minus 2r minus 3s plus 7, x2 is equal to r, x3 is equal to 1, x4 is equal to s, and x5 is equal to 2. Maybe you have a question, why we use r and s? It's up to you, yeah. It's not obligation, yeah, to use R or S or another. You can also use, for example, T or V or U or W. It's your choice. Yeah. What about if we change that augmented matrix into the Gauss-Jordan elimination method? Yeah. So it has to meet the property number 4. Okay. Yeah. This is, you see that in this term, yeah, in this term, you have to change this minus 5 into 0. Yeah. Because in leading one, the column that contains leading one has zeros in everywhere else. Yeah. Okay. After that, you see again the leading one, so you have to make these entries into 0. Yeah. Okay. So it's finished. Our job it's finished, yeah, to make it as row reduced echelon form. The solution is same, yeah, with the previous method. Yeah, x1 is equal to minus 2, x2 minus 3, x4 plus 7, x3 is equal to 1, and x5 is equal to 2.